Altcoin trading is rigged. It feels like a game of whack-a-mole. Every now and then we get those random altcoins going up that nobody has ever heard of. This time it's Lab. And it's always the insiders that are profiting. For example here, $1.1 million in profit by an insider wallet. The question is, what counts as an insider? Because here's the thing, all of the data on the blockchain is 100% transparent. So we can actually copy trade insiders, or we can figure out who might know something about a token that most people don't. Is there maybe a way to use the data on the blockchain to get an edge versus the rest of the market? Or in other words, is there a way to find out whether or not it still makes sense to buy the Lab token? Hi, my name is Gerhard. I've been in crypto for the last 8 years. I hit my first million 3 years ago, and I did this through active trading, through timing the market. On average, I outperformed buying and holding Bitcoin by 2% per month. That's then how that looks like over time. And in this video, I want to share the important data points around Lab. Now, Lab is still in a closed beta. It's a trading terminal built by traders and for traders, but really the trading fees with 0.5% are extremely high. No platform charges 1%. Uniswap, so spot trading, charges 0.2%. Hyperliquid, so perp trading, charges 0.05%. A tenth of what Lab charges. And so Twitter is going bonkers around the price development. But the real reason why Lab is going up is not just insider trading. Lab tries to compete with Polymarket and is launching a prediction market. And so the price is going parabolic. The timing of this rally though is not random. There are some people that conveniently benefit from this. And that is the early investors. That is the team. That is the insiders. There will be a token unlock in June. And if there's now a lot of hype, a lot of trading volume and a higher market cap for Lab, that will of course also help with the cash out. It's fascinating that the platforms can't agree on a market cap. CoinMarketCap, for example, sets Lab at roughly 1 billion. CoinGecko, however, sets it at 330 billion. The fully diluted valuation, however, is the same. So the disagreement is in how many tokens are already floating. Now, very often when we have an extreme pump like this in a small cryptocurrency, we tend to see a lot of leverage on the derivatives market. Lab is no different. Here we only had 64 million worth of trading volume on the spot market, but on the Perpetual futures market we had 2.4 billion worth of trading volume. So really, everything is happening on the Perpetual futures. But this is not a short squeeze. This is not a lot of people betting on a falling Lab price and then the market makers manipulating the price up to liquidate the shorts. That's not true because the funding rate is positive. There is positive leverage here. The vast majority of Perpetual futures traders want to bet on the rising price of Lab, and they're willing to pay hefty financing fees for that. The amount of shorts that got liquidated with that rally is also not that high, given how massive this rally was. The open interest is impressive. 400 million worth of bets on the Lab price. If there's really just 300 million worth of tokens floating around, manipulation becomes extremely easy. It just takes a few dollars in order to move the price around to then liquidate a lot of potential shorts. But right now, there's more longs than shorts. In other words, the direction of manipulation would likely be rather down. It would be a sudden sell-off. There are first hints that this might happen in the near future because the trading volume is already declining. The recent rally was not driven by more trading volume or by more attention. And so I'm considering to open a short for Lab in our relative valuation trading vault, which last year annualized got 44% per annum, and we are on track to achieve the same again. I am waiting though until the trading volume has fallen even further because right now there's simply too much attention on Lab. I believe that the most profitable trades are the ones that nobody else considers. And so when the attention moves to the next asset and nobody talks about Lab anymore, and then slowly the price is coming down, that's the best time to enter. It's not necessarily when the price is still rallying very quickly. That's the danger zone. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe. I publish here regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. See you next time on YouTube or see you in Premium. Cheers.